Good morning, everyone. Uh, in the previous class, we have discussed about the photosynthesis. Today, we'll see the chemical reactions, means the chemical changes that occur during this process, photosynthesis. As we discussed, that raw materials needed for the photosynthesis are carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll. Leaf is called as the food factory of plant, means leaf manufacture the food. How this reaction occurs, you can see here carbon dioxide when react with water. These two are reactants of the reaction in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, that is green pigment present in the leaves. They react to form the glucose and oxygen is released. Here the solar energy, that is, the solar energy absorbed by the chlorophyll helps in converting carbon dioxide and water to glucose, which is a what? Which is a carbohydrate. This is a carbohydrate. Glucose is a carbohydrate, and oxygen is released also in this process. When this excess amount of glucose produced by the plants, it gets converted into the starch. The starch is also a form of carbohydrate. The phloem tubes present in the stem, it is also a type of a tissue. It is present in the stem. It transfers the carbohydrates to all parts of the plant to grow and develop. And oxygen, which is produced in the products of this reaction, is released into the atmosphere. And so this is very important reaction, and you need to practice it many times, and every times in most of the classes you will see and you will learn this reaction. Here in this picture it is easily shown, like in leaf, the carbohydrate means glucose has been formed by taking water and carbon dioxide in the presence of the light, and oxygen is released. The basic process, like leaves absorb carbon dioxide from air through tiny pores, stomata, as we discussed one by one in detailing in the previous class, and that water is absorbed by the roots from the soil and it will be transported to the leaves through there we discussed the pipeline structure was xylem. Next, chlorophyll, it will trap the sunlight and changes it into the chemical energy to form, as the products here are glucose and oxygen. And all these green plants, it will store the glucose in the body parts, and also in these products oxygen is released. During photosynthesis, not only the nutrient carbohydrate is produced, but many other nutrients are also synthesized in the process. The glucose which is obtained in the reactions, that is carbohydrate, it consists of the carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. Glucose is converted into the other nutrients like proteins in plants. Proteins, they require nitrogen. However, we know that plants, they are not able to absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Plants, they absorb usable form of the nitrogen dissolved in water, which we also called as nitrates. They absorb nitrates from the soil. The carbon, oxygen, hydrogen of carbohydrates combine with the nitrogen in cell organelle of a plant and form proteins. Protein is the other nutrient. These proteins help plants and animals for growth and repair. In addition to carbohydrates, proteins, other nutrients like sucrose and cellulose are also obtained in this process. Even some simple carbohydrates are converted into the fats also. In this picture, you can easily see the importance of the sucrose in the plant. Like in the leaf case, sucrose used for the fruit growth, or even it can stored in the fruit also. Sucrose, it is used for the shoot growth. Even it transported in the phloem tubes. Sucrose used for the root growth also. Even it is stored in the root in the form of starch. We have discussed here that the green plants prepare their food by themselves. Now question comes, like only the green plants can prepare their own food? Means the plant which has green leaves only those can prepare their own food? So now we'll discuss about the photosynthesis in the plants with non-green leaves even and algae. Have you seen the leaves of the croton plant? I'll show you over here. Here you can see these are the leaves of the croton plant. Croton plant, they are the colorful leaves. They are the colorful leaves. They also have chlorophyll. Large amount of the red, brown or any other color we call pigment. Like in the green leaves we said chlorophyll is a green pigment, but in such kind of a leaves, other red, brown or any other color pigment, they mask the green color, because of which only we are not able to see green color. The complete process of photosynthesis takes place in these leaves also, means in the croton plant also. Next, we move forward to algae. Algae, you must have seen many where around the ponds. I'll show you here also. Around various water bodies in the ponds, lakes, you must have seen these green patches that we call it as the green algae. These green patches which cover the ponds are due to the presence of an organisms we call green algae. They have chlorophyll as they are green in color, so they can easily prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So where here we have done that the croton plant, even they are not of green color, chlorophyll is still present in them. They are able to make their own food, and in the green algae also they are green in color. They have chlorophyll. They can prepare their own food by the help of process photosynthesis. Actually, this process photosynthesis is very important. Here we will discuss the importance of photosynthesis. First of all, in most of the plants, that glucose is converted into the starch and it is stored in the form of fruits, seeds, leaves, stem and roots. Whenever any animal eat these parts, it will get energy for the various life processes. So we can say all the herbivores, they depend directly on the plants. Even the carnivores, omnivores, they depend indirectly on plants. Also, in this process, as in the reaction we have seen, in addition to glucose, oxygen is also released, and oxygen is very important for the existence of life on the earth. One more important feature of photosynthesis is to maintain balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. We knew that when this balance is disturbed, for example, if more carbon dioxide will be there in the atmosphere, it will create lots of disturbances, like it can give rise to global warming. So photosynthesis maintains balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hope the things are clear to you, and revise this lesson from your book also. Read it carefully. Thank you.